Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm Alex Antuna, and today I'm going to continue on this model. So let's take a look at what we got here. Ooh, kind of distorted there. I didn't get to touch anything on this weekend. It was a little quite busy. We don't see this side, but I'm going to fix it because I won't sleep knowing it's messed up. Yeah, I was busy weekend. Not so much with work, just kind of enjoying getting out of the house and having fun. Went to the state fair yesterday, and it was a good time. Good time out there. Me and my wife, we had fun. Like little kids out there. We rode a ride. It was pretty crazy. It was a good fun ride. Okay, so what I saw the other day, I was trying to do Z-remesher, and it was holding on to this other side. I didn't realize this active symmetry was turned on. Let's turn it on or off to see what it does. Let's go to Z-remesh and go to half, and let's process this. Very good. So what I'll need to do is probably going to need to create these again, but I just wanted to clean them up a little bit. Just push them back. I'm just going to clean this up. We'll just keep it for reference. We'll go back. I want to do actually a specific kind of model for that. Kind of have it a little bit more defined. Just gonna push this out. So we're kind of getting some of this stuff going. Let's see what I got. What is this? Pretty dense geometry. I'm thinking. Let's try this. Let's go to this. And kind of mask, not that way. Let's mask it off. Let's mask it just to here, invert, and then we'll blur this. Thinking I'll push and pull. So blur, and then let's get this in place. And that way I can actually try to adjust it. So let's get this focus shift adjusted. It's a pretty good little addition. That way I can actually move this. Might need to blur it just some more. About as much as I can go until, yeah, just about there. And kind of play with this to get it in there. Again, these are small details you really won't see unless the camera's over here. But it's pretty cool because you can actually see your sight going right here. I'm just trying to get your eye to flow going up. I'm gonna move this reference out the way. I pull it up just in case I need it, but I don't really fall back to it as much. Kind of get some ideas. I don't think we'll see this side, but so it really doesn't matter. I do like this model. We can clean this up going from there. Thinking about having some wires kind of coming in to this part, possibly. Let's see how this goes. Push it in a little bit more. This way I'll have some kind of connection to go there. Something tells me that the wires kind of will be an interesting thing to have. See what this is. So we have just some crazy geometry. We can remesh this if we want to and get a lot more of the model cleaned up. I got this part up here cleaned up, you can tell, and then these other pieces cleaned up. So let's go ahead and start on something, get something going. I like that I did use the Z modeler for this. It's a little different kind of look, right? You got this hard model, then you got the soft model. And I guess if you're trying to get inside of my thinking, is that not everything's going to be consistent because you're kit bashing kind of things. Not so much kit bashing in 3D, but kit bashing in real life, right? because I was kind of referencing like Nike and Reebok. She probably got the Reebok version of this and Nike version of that, or iPad version of this, and you know, just back and forth. That's where that thinking was coming from a little bit. Trying to see where things are going. I need to straighten all this out. Let's go back to that. This needs to be straightened out. This is kind of sloppy. If I try to Z-remesh it or clean it up, you can tell I got real sloppy here. So there we go. Just cleaning up more edges, be a little bit more clean. Clean this up and move this over. Move, not the polish. We can get this a little bit better. So they had the ZBrush Summit this weekend. I didn't really get to watch it because I was kind of busy. I always love watching what everybody kind of posts on there. It's good to get inspired by. A little different this year. I found it interesting. They had posted up like Marvelous Designer and other things from what I did see. It's kind of cool. They're reaching out a little bit. I don't think they would have done that previously, but this time they did. So it was pretty neat. And there was some other one. What did I see? Yeah, a little bit more talk of substance and stuff like that, and how studios are bringing that in. So a tool's a tool, right? Just using that tool. As you can see in this model, I jumped around, right? I went to plasticity for this model, and then I went to Blender for her eye, right? And so you just tools, just don't limit yourself just because a program has, you know. I like staying in ZBrush, but if something else does something better, don't, you know, stay in there just because you're like, feel like you have to. I used to think that way. I think over time I kind of got out of that circle of thinking I need to stay in here. But I like staying in one program because it's easier. But as time goes on, you'll find out that you got to trade something for another, right? Time, like if I can do it faster in another program, why would I stick in ZBrush? You can use something like geometry nodes and get it kicked out. Just clean it. So cleaning this model, it'll be a lot cleaner once I retopo it. Just kind of get some creases so I can define where we're going. I can push this up, push that down, crease. Get that defined look. There we go. There we go. Another piece. This will kind of integrate here. I think will be a good thing to have. I'll probably let's do it. Let's extrude this up. Let's go to extrude and bring this up this way. It looks like it's a little bit of the same family that it's kind of latched on. Overlapping something. I guess it could work. Would want to see if this could bevel. No, it didn't bevel. It's okay. We'll leave it for now. We can always modify this and start subdividing and sculpting on top of this. So let's grab this piece. I'm going to reset this. For anybody learning ZBrush, this gets filled up real quick sometimes, so you can reset it. This little button, the little R, cleans it up. These will stay. These are like default. And say, for instance, I want to start with the don't switch with another model. If I just click this and then go to like this, start, it'll open up a new little window, and you can see that this old one's still there, and you can jump back and forth. And that's kind of where that's at. I'll reset it. It goes away. We're going to clone this out. This little clone button is going to create its own little scene. Let's go in here. Let's go ahead and clean it up. The only reason I'm doing this with the other ones and everything else is to keep it pretty clean. Let's go to topology, sorry. And then we're going to go ahead and create some edges. Similar to before, like I said, you'll see a pattern. It's a lot of rinse and repeat sometimes. Near the end of it, the beginning of doing all this is always fun. Like there's different processes when you go through this, and I always feel like there's the quick phase. Like you can get models out very quick in ZBrush, right? But there is a part where you have to go back and clean it up. Like you can spread out all your toys wherever you want, but you're gonna have to go back and get it a little bit more defined. Pick up the mess. All your art supplies, I guess, if you want to put it in so many words. It's always fun, like learning new techniques. That's why I kind of like I love having the ZBrush Summit, and you learn new stuff, and you're just like, ooh, that's cool. Like, what's that? Something new. You know, even over all the years this program's been out, there's always something like really new that you'll find, and you'll be like, that's cool. I didn't know that. There's always something new to be learned. A little short on time today. My dog, she's bossy. She was wanting to go outside. She wanted to be fed, but she didn't want to eat her food. She wanted my lunch. She wanted to take my lunch money. She's like, give me your food. I don't want what you gave me. She'll do that. She gets stubborn. She gets mad though. Like sometimes, you know, when you're eating, you're like, I can't give you this. It's all spice. All spicy food, just like hot wings or something I was eating, but she don't care. She goes, give me that French fry. She wants that variety. You can always tell what they're thinking, right? When you have a dog long enough, or a pet or a cat, dog or whatever, they all have their own language. They all can talk. Here we go. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to keep this all one mesh. I don't really want to segment it out too much. So I'm just going to keep it pretty straightforward. We can adjust this, insert here, and go around this way. So you'll see. It's just more of the same. You're building up and cleaning up what we did. I don't know what this is. Put it there though. It's quick design. Designing what we can. Let me break this up. Let's split that just a little bit. And what I like in Blender, I know this is ZBrush, but in Blender there's a way I can relax these faces, and you need to find that kind of in here, but it doesn't work the same. I'd love to have a relaxed vertices, but you know, programs are programs. Let's connect that. We can drag this down. Where this is gonna go, drag that up. Fairly simple. So now we got this new mesh right here. Let's go ahead and connect that just enough to bridge that gap. I don't know how far this goes down, so it looks like it wants to follow this. We'll go ahead and bridge this bottom piece just so it's there if we need it. If not, then we can delete it. It's not a big deal. There we go. Insert there. You start to see where it's going. We're gonna crease that area, that way it will stay consistent. And not an insert extrude. And just keep going. Just go with the flow. Try to keep from overthinking things a lot of times in these models. You can see that I did a crease right there. And was it needed? Was that crease really needed? I don't know. Let's go ahead and add this here. We're gonna add one right here just for it to follow all the way down, possibly. See what this does right here. This will be something that kind of loops up instead, because what I do have is this stays pretty consistent with those faces, and I didn't really break it up too crazy, but right here is where it's gonna make a lib. You actually can see that it's gonna show some variation. Go up here, go down here. Gotta grab it. Gotta grab it. And there we go. It's just rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Back and forth over again. I saw some other techniques where they were bringing in, like ZBrush. I always find that it has so many things that are like from old back in the day. There was no other way to do some of the stuff, but some people still use some of the older methods, and it's pretty cool to see that an older method being used as a modern kind of technique, or for today that you didn't really realize that you can use it. And it's just like, man, I forgot that tool was there, or that was a function I could do, you know. It's pretty cool. All right, so we got this going there. Let's go ahead and apply the thickness. Not that way, 0.05 I think was good. Offset it back down the other way. Let's solo it out. Looks like 0.005. That's more like it, right? And let's look at these poly groups. Ooh, look at that. Poly groups. So we're gonna pull this in. We're gonna mesh it all down. I don't really know if this was a good choice to have that. Let's take it away. Sometimes less is more. Let's see what this does. And we can pull this back just slightly. Yeah, let's move that back just so that's kind of not so much pointing out. We can adjust this in a bit. If it doesn't connect in the other mesh, we'll figure it out, right? We're gonna go ahead and apply this. So we got it applied. Let's solo it out. Let's grab this, and we're gonna follow this line. I think it's safe to say that this was the face, probably. And since I moved the face from the other day, it's gonna be a little bit more guessing. It's all right though. So I'm gonna kind of follow this line to say extract or extrude almost, I guess. And about right there. We can clean some stuff up if we need, but I think it's okay for now. Let's turn this off. Let's go to solo. go with this. Let's see what we got here. We have this. Have that there. I remember what the key is. What I'm going to do is the snapshot. I don't use it often, but somebody made a reference to use it. Shift S, hotkey, so snapshot is in there. And then let's get my model back. Let's go to my retopologized model. So now we can kind of reference what we have. This will help getting turn down the thickness and put the smoothness however many points you want, right? So now what I can do is increase polygroups, since that technically is where I want it to be. And then we're going to go to the next part. And really this video is going to be short today. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video. Like I said, my little dog, she's spoiled. she doesn't listen. She's like, hey, I said now. Give me some of your food. So let's crease this edge. Let's see if partial helps. Here we go. Partial. Then we'll want that to loop down, and this can be there. It looks like I went all the way down with this, so let's keep that there and this one there. And then I'll probably crease that edge. What else do we have? We have this little lip. Let's turn it to edge and go from here. And we can come out this way. I'm just kind of looking at it. And let's see what this looks like. I'll turn this off. Yes, always yes, buddy, for now. There we go. Kind of clean that up. I'm missing this piece, but did I need that? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what's here. It's got a cut right there. You don't have to cut it all, but let's see what it looks like. I think just moving this just a little bit. Since it's in the middle, it's not really connected to nothing on the outside. And really this is going to be segmented right there. I thought I wanted that, but let's see. Let's see what we got. I think it's this one, didn't I use? Crease, edge loop, partial. Let's see what this does. Yeah, too much. You didn't want it all the way down. Let's see if we can crease this edge loop. See what it looks like. This continues on. Give it something. Is it worth it? See what we have. There's a little bit of that cutting in there. You lose it the other part, but that's okay. I'm okay with this. This part needs to be something, don't it? Let's see what's going on here. There's a crease, but I'm going to crease that. And does it help? I don't know. We could always slide it down if we really want this piece to slide. Slide that down. And slide this down too. So kind of have a little bit of a break. I guess that radius is real big. There we go. That's something. Let's see how it looks with the model. I don't know if this crease wants to be there though. Let's take it away. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. Let's go to this main model and see what we have. She's upside down. Upside down. Let's see, we got that. We can go ahead and delete this one, and I guess insert it. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this piece fits. I can already see that there's something going on here, right? That piece and that piece. I guess I can crease that, and then we can kind of smooth it out in a bit. Give it something to play with. It's kind of sloping down. Let's grab this. I got a few more minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I'm gonna kind of like let this kind of glide into here, and you can see that this probably needs to go over a bit. That's something I didn't factor, did I? Oh, that's the other thing. Gotta turn this off. This is tricky if you forget to turn that off. Yeah. It's not fun. I think this is okay right there. You're not gonna see this. Just don't look behind the curtain, right? And then you'll be okay. It's all smoke and mirrors. Just remember that. This is a smoke and mirrors game. The wizard said, don't pay any attention to the guy behind the curtain. It'll ruin the illusion. There we go. Okay, stretch this in there. And let's turn that off. There we go. So now we got a little bit cleaner mesh. We'll start adding some more detail in there. To be honest, we can actually give it a little bit of the treatment that it's had on the other side. So if I want to go over here and probably Q mesh, maybe we could go pull this out and crease these edges, give it a little bit more of a connection. Let's see if it works. So don't worry, we can delete it. It's not a big deal. And let's see what this looks like. There. Is that edge? Nope. There we go. Have that bend down a bit. Follow this. Follow that loop, that edge, and then I can crease this just to make it work. There we go, and crease, and there we go. A little bit of this following that angle, and this way it doesn't look like it was just a piece kind of come off. What I should do, and let's do it. Let's see if it'll work. It didn't break it. Yeah, there we go. It's a smooth little transition right there. You know what? I think that'll work okay. If it doesn't work, we can change it. Let's see what we got. Alright, well, this is where a stopping point's gonna be. Just getting close to that time. Just the small details, and then after a while I'm going to add some more on top of this to kind of bridge this to that. It's not going to be, you know, pieces too much. I'm trying to overlap things, and then as I add another plug or another cord, you'll see that it kind of transitions. This kind of gives like a little pocket right here, so that's pretty interesting if I were to look at it and see what it looks like just from a distance. Not too bad. We can probably keep what's going on there. It works out because this overlaps and that overlaps, and they're kind of latching on top of each other. And I'll probably put like a little bit more to kind of clear that up from a distance. From this far, you're not really can't tell what's going on. It's there. It's the little details. We're not gonna zoom in on it, but we can, and that's where we know. We're like, oh, I know there's something right there. Yeah, it just, as long as it all works together to make it look like it's all in the same family, we're kind of bridging some of these elements back and forth, where it's not like a hard jump, but it's kind of like gradually transitioning into more different looks. So cool. Again, hope you are doing well, and appreciate y'all watching these videos. Hopefully get out of this phase and go to the texturing phase and getting all the UV maps and stuff created. If we have to do that route, we'll figure it out when we get there. So again, thanks for watching. Later.